Good afternoon. It is a real pleasure to have Dr. Raad with us. He is the Distinguished Professor of Medicine and the Chairman for the Infection Disease Department and Infection Control at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Texas. Dr. Raad, it is a real honor to have you with us, and I would like to start with one question. Can you please give us an update about the current situation for the COVID-19 pandemic?
Thank you very much, Dr. Gergawi. It's a special honor to have these interviews with you. You are my colleague and an expert in infectious disease and infection control.
Thank you.
I want to give a quick update. It has been a progressive and an escalating number of cases with the corona, which was predicted. We are predicting. And actually, whereas it's at the end of at least the outbreak is we are beyond the peak in China and South Korea. It's escalating, particularly in Europe and certainly in the United States. So the numbers are really escalating in the West now after it moved from east to west. For example, now we have more than 330,000 worldwide. We would be moving to 500,000 cases basically by the end of next week, in a week. And we would really reach, it's expected, based on the numbers in the West, that we will reach 1 million cases in around 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So I'm talking worldwide. And certainly it would be escalating. Now, the good news, and I want to give a certain update, there are 3 areas of good news that would be encouraging, talking academically and epidemiologically. Number 1 is that the experience in both China and South Korea is very promising. The fact that they applied social distancing, they did massive testing, particularly in South Korea, identified early cases and isolated them, was very helpful in able to start controlling that epidemic, which gives me an idea that it might be under control. Second is the fact that the 90% of the first almost 100,000 cases, 90% of them are now cured. So with the projections as previously thought, that 81% would have a mild illness, and there is another 9% that would be admitted with pneumonia, but they will come out with a recovery. So 90% are recovered. Third, there is a serious attempt, an accelerated attempt, to look for alternative treatments. And we'll talk more about the chloroquine and others, but there are some promising drugs that are out there.
Dr. Raad, is there an effective treatment for this COVID-19 virus?
We don't have an effective treatment yet, and it's very important to say it. As Dr. Fauci says, he's on the White House task force for COVID-19, we have anecdotal data, and I'm aware of it, and I'm following it on every day, with, for example, chloroquine. Some people say chloroquine with azithromycin could be a good combination, coming mainly from Europe. That chloroquine, we know it has some in vitro activity. And the number of cases are very few, and it's anecdotal, it's not randomized, not controlled. So maybe chloroquine has an impact. But it's very important not to abuse chloroquine on the market and start distributing it and giving it to people prophylactically. And then not be able to use it on high-risk patients, such as cancer patients and other patients with comorbidity, the elderly with comorbidity. So this is extremely important. There are some other promising drugs, remdesivir by Gilead, and the second one, which I think is very promising, is favipiravir, which is a Japanese drug. And there is some early studies from China that it's better than anything else. And these are some promising treatments that I think are out there. There are some work on vaccines, but it's going to take at least a 1-year period to have a vaccine.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Raad.